See, I'm worried. Like, I'm not worried, but like, I can't wait for the fucking. I can't wait for the Yasui shit. Like the death. I can't wait for that part.
Oh yeah,
Like
Orochi,
when
man, he
when
made
when
so good with
Sanji and
that guy.
Zoro came up together and was like, "Yo, we pissed." I was hype. I don't fuck what nobody said. I was hype.
Yeah, Orochi
But
wasn't playing around.
no, hell no. But I wanted to do some predictions. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but like I said, I've been watching the fucking Wire and I've been so wrapped up in this shit. It's just crazy. Like see this season one was just a complete fuck. Like it was just a complete mindfuck.
What
It
season
was,
on
it
now?
was I'm on season 2, episode 10 now. And it's crazy because the hour. I mean, the Wire is like an hour long show, so that's why I've started
You
now
have
because
to
I've
really be
been
getting into it to just sit down and be watching it, especially when you want to binge.
yeah yeah. It's one of those shows you got to binge, honestly. Like, cause you get so like because it's just the twist and shit that you did that happen every damn episode is just crazy. But what's good, guys? It's the Kid Pain, featuring my guy Stoney. Uh,
Well, up everyone.
we're just here to talk about some One Piece. Just to chat the predictions. Where did we leave off last chapter? After Kid
Uh,
one shot in which color, right?
yeah, Apu, that was like the last panel, I believe.
I think so. Okay. I have a hot take, I guess, because everybody keeps thinking that yeah he's not gonna he's not down, but I kind of think which color's dead. When not dead,
Who,
but I feel
Apu?
like he's out.
Yeah, I feel like he might be out, but it's funny, like seeing the memes and shit. People said that he's Yonko level. Oh, first commander level. Apu, that's just killing me, man.
I mean, but see, like he really don't have no bad feats though, and that's the
That's
crazy
true.
thing about One Piece. He like the people who have no feats be the ones that niggas want to try to be like, oh no, he trash. Like only reason I think that Kid basically one shots is because boom, we know that like he got defeated by Kaido, so we know that he had to get stronger, right?
Hmm.
Because with the whole prison thing, that's what the whole him and Luffy when they both had one arm. I mean when because Kid has one arm, he had the sea prism stones.
Yeah,
The,
that's fucking Kaido's workout plan, boy. Gets you ripped.
yeah. So look, because what I'm thinking is that he basically somehow got his hockey up. So like when
They said it does
basically
blow him, like in tense situations. I'm pretty sure when Kaido whooped that ass, it blew
well
him hell of a
yeah
lot.
well one
And
one
probably in the
hundred
prison too, because those niggas in the prison they be doing niggas foul. Especially I can see like Queen doing stuff to Kid too. Like while he was there before probably Luffy got there.
yeah. But see, I mean, my thing is just like, all right, if that is the case, that'd be hard. But I don't think Queen. I think Queen. I think Queen is gonna fight Drake. Like I think
I'd
somebody
like to see
let
that fight.
slip. I think like somebody let slip that he's a sword member. Now I could be wrong. Like it's very likely that I am wrong, but because that's just what One Piece is, and I think a lot of people bash One Piece because you can theorize and you can come up with head canon shit for the series, but in reality, it's just like
Do you think it'd be all of Flying Six versus Queen, or just Drake versus Queen? Then like the rest of the Flying Six maybe helping Queen
well,
or
see,
helping Drake?
I don't think they would help. I don't think they would help either one because with Kaido's
Then
crew,
you
the
just
way it's
watch
set up
SWAT.
is because they're all trying to get their position. So it's like if you like so it's like if you in a tournament with somebody and they ranked above you, but they get dropped out the tournament on some bullshit, you're not gonna be mad, but you know what I'm saying. You may not help them because you know what I'm saying. Like, oh well,
Yeah,
you
I see what you're
cheated,
saying.
but at the same time, you're not gonna. Oh no, he cheated. He did him wrong. No, fuck that. He was better than you, and he lost. So therefore, by process of elimination, you just rose in the ranking. So I think that's what Kaido's crew is. I think they're more power based because, like, even in the chapter, Luffy and them was like, well, damn, they got a lot of devil fruit users, and I think that we always like tend to, as a community, we downplay because we know like 1-on-1 they're trash, but like if you got like 10,000 of them motherfuckers, yeah, if you got 10,000 smile users and like 2 people. That's still gonna be some work because I don't think they're the type that can get like GG'd with conquerors like that, right?
Oh, I don't know. Because
Well, conquerors is so
Kaido
weird.
knocked him out, like because Luffy was knocked out, he was still like knocking out some of Kaido's lower tier guys going up towards him.
Yeah, true, but I feel like those was the
And
ones
I think if
that
he's
was
like
like
a
that
weakened
was.
conscience do it, it'd be more potent. So it might still be able to take out a few of those small members.
Well, I mean, yeah. See, my problem with the Wano arc right now is that in the beginning of the arc, Luffy was just conquerors hockeying everybody. Now, not so much. Like, you notice that? Like, he's not been conquerors hockeying nobody like that for real.
Yeah.
Not since he got locked up. Because and that's another thing that was kind of because they can't still use hockey with their sea prism stones on, right? Because isn't that what he did when he knocked out one of the because they had sea prism. I know it's weaker than normal sea prism, so because they can still work or whatever, but wasn't that still a plot line?
Because wasn't Luffy still using hockey before with Secret and Stones?
But that's what I'm saying because it seemed like he used the It seems like he used he used conquerors when Dude was ready to kill late. I mean, old man Hio.
Yeah, and he was like using Future Sight too when he had the cuffs on, wasn't he? Like at one point. Yeah.
Yeah,
so I don't think it matters with hockey and the secrets and sounds. I think it's just on your Delphi. So
yeah, so I mean that's kind of weird now. I mean, when you think about it like that.
That's true.
Like it's kind of weird because it's like it's kind of weird because it's like couldn't they have done some of the stuff that they did? Or I mean that they didn't do? Like couldn't he have like conquers hockey majority of everybody out there? I mean, if Fishman Island,
he's like right now, like in the last chapter?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he was trying to cause that big of a commotion, but he still caused I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He still used gear 30. And I'm sorry, but a big ass hand.
I was about to try to defend it, but then I thought I was like, that nigga still did loud shit, so no matter what.
Like a big ass hand, my nigga. I think that's gonna be a
little
more.
Maybe Congress hockey. See, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you can get a bunch of them out the way.
Because that's what I was thinking. Unless they are really not that weak. That's the only way that I can rationalize it. They're not all that weak. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure, like, one time, like, previously in a manga, like, when on somebody's street it was warned that, like, such and such was coming, so you have to be wary of their hockey. I think that was, like, when Shanks was on a Whitebeard shit, right? Like, when they was just warning our lower tier dudes to watch out for his conquerors or something, or his hockey or whatever.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't know. So maybe Kaido's dudes have the same type of train, like, if they know that, I don't know, but don't think
because then why did they get knocked out in the first place?
Luffy could have just did it then.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Why did they get hit in the first place when I mean, unless maybe that's just like maybe that was because Rayleigh said that with Conqueror's hockey that you can only grow that as you grow, like as a fighter as you grow.
Yeah.
So maybe it's because he's grown so much, and but he just didn't know that that was why it worked. I guess. But see, that's the only thing. Like that's the good and bad thing about One Piece. It's so much head canon. It's ridiculous. Like it's so
Yeah,
much head
yeah.
canon, but
Because
but it's
I was just
ridiculous.
trying to think. I was like, man, I was like, Oda could have did that shit, but maybe he would have made it too easy if he did that fast. Get that many people out. He wants to stretch it.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I'm saying like because that way it makes sense. That way it at least makes more sense than the other way. That they just didn't use. They just chose not to use the thing that would have saved them from getting fucked up by Luffy. Like, but what do you think? What do you think we open up on next chapter?
But part of me wants to see go back to Kid, but other parts like, are we just gonna say we Kid, Luffy, and Zoro, or are we gonna go to the rest of the crew?
Well, because what I think we're gonna cut to I think we cut to Conjuro.
Oh, that's Momonosuke. And then Momonosuke about to break out, man. When I seen him see that knife on the ground, I was like, all right, go ahead,
But
little man,
see,
go ahead and break
would
out.
you? I would like it more if he tried to fight him. Like obviously he's gonna lose,
Like
but
try to stab him in the back or something.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because him like just trying to cut himself free and run away,
yeah,
Kanjuro can
that's what I'm
still
saying.
catch him.
Like
So I'm
if
saying he's gonna have to try to. Hey, you gonna have to do him dirty. He did you
yeah,
dirty. Hey,
but I mean, how strong do you think Conjuro is? Like really? Because like one could, I
I feel
mean,
like he
because
might have been had a lot since he knows how to draw and how useful that fruit is. And you see what he
yeah,
did like in that hell of ink that came down, rain on everybody. I was like, oh shit,
yeah.
why wasn't he doing dress rose? I was like,
Well,
oh, this
because
he just
it would
bothering
only make
people
sense
now.
that he was trying to make everything like hinder them. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to hinder them
Yeah,
and everything that
he's
they
probably been
did.
surprised more and more. Luffy, so it's like, hey, I think just go with Belky. I need to tell Kaido.
Yeah, and
I
so
know them
like
niggas gonna lock Belky out.
so do you think we get any confirmation on you think we get any confirmation on Kid using conquerors? Like you think we get a like because I'm trying to see who else we fight. Like who else we get to see fight.
I can see like if he does something big with like Conqueror's one.
Yeah.
I feel like if Luffy does like something big with Conqueror's first, like out a bunch of then kids like, nigga, I can do that too. Then he does it too, like probably knock out the other half or whatever.
But how would you feel
Or just Kid ends up
if
knocking out
then
a bunch of people.
like how would you feel if Law did it after that? Like because I don't know like how do you feel like Law? Do you think
Remember what
Law had
the Cone Head said? When
huh?
Dress Rosa Cone Head was talking to Luffy?
Yeah.
The dude that hockey's up his head, and he said, man, he was basically saying, like, nigga, everybody using hockey for it in the
Oh,
new
Don
world. So,
Chinjao. Yeah.
yeah, he's like, nigga, this ain't nothing new. Yo, with a snap, I've been doing this. So I'm pretty sure, like, a bunch of the worst generation, they all gonna end up getting it. Because I don't see why not.
I mean, okay, cause see, I feel like all of the Straw Hats will have Conqueror's hockey for the simple fact
Oh,
they all want to be the
even
best in each
Whopper?
field. Even
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 Lopper?
even even Chopper, yeah. Chopper wants to be the best doctor, and I mean I know it sounds probably like blasphemy as fuck, but what I'm saying is everybody on the Straw Hats crew wants to be the best of something. Sanji's the
That's
best
true.
cook, so like I don't know. I just feel like because with One Piece, right? One Piece is the only show like that's not like a food show that has like other like feats, like as far as like Chopper saving the kids or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
Punk Hazard kids, or Sanji baking a cake that saved whole cake. Like he's Oda uses different things that wouldn't be necessarily considered shonen. You feel me? Like to like just like throw off the
Yeah.
stereotype.
Baking the cake to solve the problem. I
Yeah.
was like, damn, you're not going to solve it with an ass supernova? I was like, all right, go ahead and
I
give her
mean,
a
but
cake.
see, the thing is, like, I like that arc for the simple fact that it reminded me of the Brate arc. The Baratie arc, Sanji ain't really fight nobody.
Oh
either.
yeah,
He fought Jin, but he was
That's
nerfed.
true.
He didn't really want to fight Jin. He really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and like, cause so that's how I looked at that arc. I always looked at that as
They need to bring John Creed back.
well. I mean, but how would they do that? I mean, Don Creed was like the first person Luffy beat up next to Alvita, and Alvita got a double fruit after that.
Hey, he get a time skip boost too.
I mean,
Man, he might
yeah,
get
but see, I
Goku
don't
and
know,
Haki. He's
man.
like,
He ain't
man,
like my
that
nigga
ass I learned my
Crocodile.
lesson, man.
He ain't like my nigga Crocodile though. My nigga Crocodile, boy, that's my nigga, man. I ain't gonna hold you. That's my nigga. That was my favorite villain pre-time skip. That's why I hated Alabasta. I was like, man, Luffy beat this man on some bullshit.
He just kept killing Luffy. I kept thinking he was killing Luffy, but then Luffy kept getting back up. Like when the water fell on him after that, I was like, damn, man. I was like, damn, Crocodile can't win for nothing.
No, Stoney.
Like,
The crazy thing is, I was watching the anime, right? So I'm catching up through the anime. When I get to the episode when this motherfucker stabs Luffy through the stomach and you see the blood and the poison dripping down this nigga, I was like, oh yeah, this show about to get live. But you know, I was kind of wrong. I mean, it did. I mean, like, it's my thing with One Piece. I fucks with One Piece. I love it. I love it because it's different.
Yeah, that's true.
At the same time, I also hate it because, well, One Piece, there's so many characters.
I be hating it too sometimes because, like, when they said that fucking bomb could blow up like the whole island, and this nigga flew with that bitch, he survived. I was like, yo. I was like, that devil fruit hot, boy. I
was like, the zones is broken. That was I was like, this nigga just survived the nuke. I was like, yeah, these zones are broken. So
that
wait,
nigga hockey bloomed after that. We need to see him fighting post time skip. That nigga different now.
I seen some memes around the community saying that Ging was coming back because Ging in the Baratie arc, the one from the Baratie arc, the one that told Sanji he'd meet him in the New World.
Yeah, the one like that has the Tonkas, right?
Yeah. Everybody was like, yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back.
You seen the reanimation of that fight? They
no.
So much.
Is it better?
Of that fight was heat, man. All right, I'll send you after this.
Yeah. Okay. If it's better, then because I like One Piece fights, but I feel like sometimes a lot of them can be lackluster.
Cause like it's like one part of the choreography, like Sanji like took his cigarette and flicked in his eye in the middle of the fight and shit. I was like, oh shit. I was like, damn, Sanji was doing that back then because fucking the CW had that nigga eating lollipops and shit.
Yeah. But so question, who do you think that what do you think the awakened Zoan dinosaurs are gonna like? What's their powers are gonna be? You think they're gonna have like some crazy powers because they have ancient Zoan?
I don't know if it's like more durability or probably like the generation too at some point depending on the animal, but like other abilities. Like for King, I was thinking that because like he started having fire, but he's like a pterodactyl, right? Like Pinky for land before time. I was like, how do you think of shooting fire or whatever?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was like an added effect of his Delph fruit or what.
Well, you know, did you see the anime opening when it was basically him doing the Diable Jambe? Yo, my nigga Ran, what's good, Ran?
But yeah, like you say Godzilla, right?
Yeah.
Like yeah, you know that little beam shit he does. I was thinking King could. I mean, not King. Fuck, wrong nigga. Drake could do something like that.
Drake.
Yeah, because like Kaido, he can shoot shit out his mouth too, like the game or whatever he did.
Yeah.
So it's like, what if that's like one of the effects that certain dinosaur zones could have?
Well, that would be dope because that would be dope just because he is a fucking it would give them other powers. You know what I'm saying? They are a dragon. You know, it is the Ryu, so the dragon. So it would be dope if they did have some type of dragon powers. But do you think that they'll like be able to? Do you think that they'll be able to have multiple forms like Chopper does?
Now I think that's might be something just exclusive to Chopper, unless like when you awakening, it's like another type of form you get once you awaken.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking.
Because like in Impel Down, wasn't those some of those zone jail warrants? Or, well, they weren't warrants. So the guards, whatever, once they awaken zones
Yep.
and Impel Down, and the only thing they were was just like this big ass whatever animals they were. So
No, but see, they won't. But I don't think they was like. But they seemed like they was animals that ate animal
yeah, but
zones.
you talking about just like regular. Oh, you see, like a dog ate like a elephant fruit or some shit like that.
That's what it seemed like that it was for me with them. Now I could be wrong, but that's just what I thought it was.
I know. I was thinking like maybe.
Because if you see, it was they had like two parts of like animal on each of them. Each of them was like two parts animal. They weren't just one animal. So that's why I think that they were. It was more than one animal. It was one animal that ate an animal's own. Basically, Chopper that ate something that wasn't a human type shit. Because they didn't speak. They had no dialogue. Nothing. You feel me?
Yeah.
So because I mean, a lot of people talk about Luffy's awakening, but nobody. I don't feel like anybody really truly goes into like depth, except for maybe like Tekken. But he does that about everything. I mean, like because I feel like he would have a whole lot of different powers. I feel like he would have a whole a list of different abilities.
I'm still waiting for Luffy to shake his hand into shit like he missed a Fantastical Plastic Man or Rubber Man.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I think. I think when he awakens, he'll be able to because Rubber
But
has
Miss
long.
Fantastic, it's not specifically stretching them because I could have sworn it's like him just controlling the shape of his body at will.
Yeah, it's him. Because his
But
body is rubber. He was turned into rubber on a molecular level, just like Luffy. And I think that he's gonna get a staff like he used to have, but is gonna be able to extend it like the power pole from Dragon Ball because he's basically Sun Wukong.
you say he gonna steal Nami stuff? He gonna
I think
take it
that
like
when we saw
her
ASL,
whatever Usopp made for?
the ASL flashback, right? You know, remember the ASL flashback? We all saw them fighting with pipes because Ace fought with the pipe,
Yeah.
Sabo fought with the
Sabo
pipe, Ace fought
Sabo
with
the
the
one
pipe.
that kept going with it. But I can see Luffy using it against since he's already proficient with it as a kid with them too.
Because he trained with them. He trained with that before he knew how to use through a pistol. Remember?
Yeah.
Because he was fighting with that before he knew how to throw a pistol. Because it took him 7 years to master gun pistol. So Luffy's really trash with his devil fruit. But I feel like he will have. I feel like the reason why he made Katakuri a special paramecia was to flush out Haki and to give Luffy because Luffy should be able to do that because rubber is basically a fucking Logia. When I say it's basically a Logia, blunt force attacks don't do any damage to it. You can't do damage to Luffy with blunt force attacks without Haki. You can't do damage to Luffy, right? It's the same way with a Logia, right? Without Haki, you can't
Yeah,
touch
but you
him.
can still do like cut damage to Luffy, but cut
Yeah,
damage
but
doesn't
that's the
work on
same way with
Logias.
like Enel and Luffy, because Enel was his polar opposite. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
able. It was you feel me? Like that's like what water, what crocodile or any devil fruit for that matter. If you put a fucking if you put some a water bender in a fucking what call it, or you put somebody that like the third Hokage, or I mean like the second Hokage, or somebody who or like Kasami or some shit, they solo. It's too much water. They can't do shit unless you got hockey users. But
That might not matter if they just in the ocean.
exactly, and I mean that's all I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, of course, every devil fruit has its natural counter. So stabbing and cutting attacks is Luffy's natural counter, but at the same time, he's basically still intangible to an extent. He's intangible.
I see what you mean.
Katakuri is literal mochi, so he can turn everything. He can control the types of mochi, the hot mochi,
So
the cold
do you want
mochi,
Luffy to be able to like turn anything he touches into a rubber?
and to
Like
him
even
to be
that
able to have
air?
complete
Like
mastery
gentle?
over rubber. Yes, that's what I think. Like complete mastery over rubber. So when he touches the air, he'll basically be doing base
That'd be
fucking
disgusting though, man. Cause
huh?
like what if he makes the wall rubber? He starts like doing a Gatling to you towards the wall and just keep bouncing back into it continuously. Who's
That's what
getting
I'm
up after
saying.
that?
That's what I'm saying. Or he could do the ground and make the ground not be able to stand on the ground and trampoline like or he could be like do like gentle and touch the air and turn that shit into rubber. Like that nigga would be broken. And the only reason I say he have a staff because if he has a staff, then that would give him a way to have a power pole.
Yeah, because he can
So
just control it and
stretch it
stretch it. Yeah.
exactly. It would stretch as much as he can, which is damn near infinite. You see what I'm saying?
Damn, with hockey too. Yeah.
Exactly. And then factor in fucking like imagine him
But do
being
you
able
think
to
he's gonna
turn his
wipe?
rubber, turn the blood vessels into and be able to control the amount of rubber. What if he turned his blood vessels into liquid rubber? Like what if he could be able to turn himself into liquid rubber? Nothing would be able to touch him. Combo that with the observation future sight, it's category 2.0. It's like Oda wrote the fight so that Katakuri would be better than him in every way, so Luffy could progress to be better than Katakuri in every way. Because essentially he should be able to do the same thing that Katakuri could do when Katakuri matched his punch. He should be able to just make more rubber in his body and control it. He should be able to do that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have to produce it outside, but if he could produce it inside himself and change the different properties of rubber, his fish could be hard rubber, his body could be soft rubber. So
Like tire rubber.
exactly. You ever punched a
And you
tire?
think Oda's gonna do all that with Luffy's devil fruit
What I'm saying
in this
is
arc, or do
if
you
he
think it's
wants him
gonna
to be
just
able to if he's gonna if we think that he's getting another devil Blackbeard's getting another devil fruit and this nigga Luffy is only gonna have one. Like, yeah, he has to have some shit like that because if he don't, how can he compete? How can he compete against Blackbeard if he can't do all of that?
I don't
And
think
then
he,
some. How really would he be able to combat the fucking? I mean, because if you look at it like that way, then he could use the ground to attack Blackbeard without having to attack Blackbeard. And it's just
I'm
like
trying to think because Blackbeard he can use like the quakes so you won't get close to him. then use a black hole to pull you in. Then
Exactly, and
and then a black
if
hole
I
can
can
take those
turn
gel fruits out.
all of the rubble that you produce from the earthquakes and from your darkness fruit into rubber, that's not gonna hurt me. I'm negating all your damage.
I don't think the rocks itself will hurt him anyway
Rand,
if
we
they
do
hit
know
him.
that. We do know that, Rand. Doflamingo literally said that. Devil fruits have another stage. Awakening. To awaken your devil fruit. All devil fruits have the potential to awaken. Just like everybody has the potential to learn hockey. It's just not everybody is going to. Everybody has the potential. Not everybody's going to. Same thing. So I don't know what Rand's talking about.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like some gel fruits, like what would the awakening look like?
I mean, I don't know. I mean that could be Oda's way of being creative. But I mean, like I said, I mean, I agree with you. Like, we don't know if he's going to do that. We don't know if he's thinking that. But I'm just saying, like, ways that Luffy could compete power wise.
Man, that shit kicked me out.
Yeah, you good. I see. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, damn. What was I saying before that happened?
You were
Oh,
saying that. Go ahead.
yeah. Was gel fruits sugar? How would sugar's fruit look when it's awakened?
I
So like
mean,
fruits like that.
if
That's
hers
not
would
started
be
thinking like.
like if you just get in the vicinity, I wouldn't think because doesn't she have to touch you? Hers would be just like in the
Yes,
vicinity,
it's
but
touched you.
or like maybe it'll be like fucking Shigaraki shit. Anything she touches turns into a toy. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
what
like
if
even
I
like
was thinking about that too?
non,
What if
because
we
that
get a
sounds like only things
decayed
that's
fruit?
alive.
Huh?
I thought that was only things that's alive that she can turn into toys. Like she can't like turn like regular non-living objects into toys. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it may be, but I'm saying maybe that's her awakening. She maybe the shit that she normally can't
I'll
do,
just
she
then she
can
started
do.
turning it. Oh,
Man, I don't know what that would like serve, but what purpose it would
yeah.
serve.
See, that's
But
what I was thinking. It's like, oh, the guy that's where our head cannon cooking, man. I was like, what the fuck they gonna do?
what if he gains the ability to just rub people and then make them disappear like a rubber man for real? For real? What? You mean like make them disappear like rubber disappears? You mean like what? I'm confused on that one, my guy. That one confused me. But I do think that I don't know. I do think he's gonna have some crazy shit though, because he
I
has
can,
to. In Australia, we call it a rubber. Something about he just becomes an eraser. Uh, what is that? I was gonna say, is that what the eraser is made of? Is it made of rubber?
I'm about to Google
I
it
don't
though.
know. I don't know. I have to look that up. That's kind of crazy, but yeah, man. So like, so you said you think we get the who Queen's gonna be fighting for the position? You think we get that next
Yeah,
chapter?
I want to see that and like Kaido's son too, man.
I was about to
I
ask, do
need
you
to see.
think we get Ty Kaido's son next chapter?
Man, we better. I want to see his design. I need to see that fruit, and I need to see who he folding.
And
But
would you be like,
it
so
depends
like,
on like who he's fighting though, because like he
what if he's like
might
the
fight.
complete opposite of Kaido?
All right, explain it, because like he
Like
like
he's
kind of like
like
oh he's
how
so raw
Kaido's
and cool, but
strong.
then his son's like Momonosuke.
Yeah.
I just like
It depends
and
on
then
how
just get
you
over it.
wouldn't like it. I mean, I would say I would have
It'll
the
be cool. because it's
ability
like
not
worked
to
in it
like it.
already.
It just depends on how he does it. Is how I
Yeah,
feel.
because like if
Because
he's
I feel
just
like it can be
mid
bad either
and
way.
trash just to be trash, I'm like, oh man, why you have to be Kaido's son?
But see, that could go into like I don't know, maybe because like people saying that Kaido drinks because his son's dead. Maybe Kaido drinks because his son is weak, and it's just like I ain't gonna have nobody to carry on my legacy.
And that's why he said, yeah, it
It,
really
he said it'd be lame.
depends on how old this is a character.
Wonka
Who
said
said
it would
that'd
be
be lame?
lame if he got a Katakuri as awakening. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Is it because you already seen it and you don't want to see the same thing happen again,
Most likely that's
Walker?
why. Most
Because
likely.
I can
'Cause that's what
understand
I was
that.
saying. Like, cause that's what I was saying. I could
Because
understand if
I
that's
could
your
see that and
reasoning.
then wanted to have a different spin instead of just being like a carbon copy of Katakuri.
Yeah, I don't think it would be exactly like Katakuri's though, but I mean, I'm just saying like maybe he could move like
Like
Katakuri.
he could like
Like,
take some keys or take pointers from what Katakuri did and just put it his own spin on it since Luffy just
does his
different
that
this type
anyway?
of fighter. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying like, oh yeah, doing exactly everything Katakuri did, but I'm saying like, as far as being able to increase the amount of rubber that he has in his arm or his body, because that could be able to how that could be how like Oda circumvents him dying every time he uses gear second. You know what I mean? Because like he could produce more rubber inside his body. Every awakening are those ones. I mean, but like but what else would you really want them to have though? I mean, like, well, I don't get what you mean. Like, give it a rest because I mean, we've only seen Paramecia awaken. We haven't seen. I mean, we've seen Zone awakenings, but Zone awakenings they don't do anything except buff you.
I'm trying to see Logius with that fucking elemental armor on. Got elemental swords. I don't know, doing all
What
types of shit with the
he's
element.
already doing with his sword with his light sword.
Yeah. But then like but every fucking admiral that has like a nature based fruit or like an element, they have like a different weapon instead of them all just having swords.
Well, I was
Like
about to say,
looking
well,
at proficient.
what do you think? So, do you think that which call is going to be his own? I would love
Who?
to see a
Oh,
plant
Green
based
Bull?
zone. Yeah, I would love to see a plant based zone.
See, people keep saying like that because you got plants. That's why they don't eat because like photosynthesis and stuff. Like that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind that
I mean, but like, cause he could have like he could be like on some
because will water
Hashirama shit,
necessarily be a weakness then?
huh?
Because if his plants can just absorb the water. So do you think water is really that bad for him then?
Well, it depends. It could be like too much water could be
I,
bad.
yeah, I know. I know the body of water is a concern, but I'm talking about like little puddles and shit. Not like a lot of it.
I think it could have the opposite. Like I think it could have the opposite effect. Like little puddles actually make it stronger because that would be like a plant could absorb it. But if it gets too much, it'll drown. It'll die quicker because it'll drown.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a plant fruit like that or earth-based fruit or whatever.
That would be different because we haven't seen that yet. So I would like that. That would be. I mean, because that's why he said. I mean, it would make sense when he said he hasn't eaten in forever, ever since he became an
Yeah, because
admiral. Didn't he say he
yeah,
hadn't
but
eaten in
he
like 2 years?
yeah, but it's even weird and stuff like that for when they said Blackbeard that nigga never sleep. I was like, oh damn. I'm like this
Yeah,
nigga never
I
sleep.
feel Blackbeard
That
on that
nigga
one because I don't
24
sleep like that. What if
7
he gains
man.
the ability to store the shock in his body and then he can release it like Electro? That'd be hard. That'd be hard. I mean, I feel like he already does that with Thor though.
Oh, are you talking about Luffy? Like the
Yeah,
force from like a blunt force attack? Like you
yeah.
absorb the force from it and be able to redirect it like in some martial art fashion?
Yeah. I mean,
To
because if you
redirect
look
the
at the Gear
force?
4 forms, right? Gear 4 Bound Man is punching, like so, and then like because I know you see Hunter x Hunter, right? So you
Yeah.
remember in Greed Island and Hunter x Hunter when she was like the martial art fist of of rock paper scissors where the palm is to infect some type of damage. The
They talking
the
about like
rock,
Dom's moves,
yeah,
like the paper. Oh well, scissors was like the sword, right?
yeah,
Then
like
paper, I thought he shot like the energy ball, and then rock is like when he gets close and punches you.
yeah. Well, see, I don't mean it, and I mean like because okay, when Bisky was explaining it, she was saying it like the way that the like this for internal because like it'd be like the like you know how the gentle fist is with Naruto how like they attack internal organs and then like punches like attack bone and flesh and then it was another kind of damage. It was bones and flesh, which was rock. Paper was the finesse, and then scissors was like the precision. So like if you look at Luffy's hands, right, with each gear four form, he had his hands are different. Snake Man, he has it like he's trying to fight on some like Neji shit. The Bound Man is fist, and then
Yeah,
Tank
because
Man is
isn't like
palm.
Satan, he's like using like monkey knuckles, like
Yeah,
because the only thing
yeah,
he's doing is really bending his fingers and having his palm still open.
yes, yes. That's what I was trying to say. Because that's what like if you look at his hands when he fights in Tank Man, he fights like a sumo wrestler. So like but that's with his palms. And then when he's in Snake Man, he fights like this. So like it does internal damage. That's why Katakuri is more tanky than Doflamingo. Because the shots that was making Doflamingo fly and damn near black out that he had to run away from, Katakuri was taking them shits and throwing shits back. So Katakuri's durability is higher than Doflamingo's,
I
in my
thought the monkey
opinion.
knuckles like that because like the fist is like more area, but like when you change it to like the monkey fist, it's more of a concentrated attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because it's
that's
like
what
you basically just attack it with the knuckles. It's more of a precise control hit
that's what
with
that's what
more force
Snake
behind
Man
it.
is. That's what
It's
Snake
a
Man is. It's
impact.
more because it helps with the speed because it's not because it's the speed and it hurts your internal organs. So that's like you can train your body all you want to, but you can't train your organs. So if you take too many liver blows, you know what I mean, you're gonna shit yourself. Like in a fight. If you take way too many liver blows, you're gonna shit yourself. You ain't gonna be able to catch the wind, you know what I mean, to continue the fight. So that's where I feel like he used Snake Man with the precision
Oh, did you see what Walker
coupled
said?
with the speed, huh?
Did you see what Walker said? Like the you say X Men First Class, right? The one that
Yeah,
just absorbs all types of force. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
yeah,
Even like when all the bullets like hit Luffy or something, like when he stops him and then he like flings him back. I think it'd be something like that, but just like with blunt force, like when people punches him, he'd just be able to send that same amount of force plus back, and it just circulates throughout his body to hit you.
yeah. That would be hard. Like, I mean, because that would work. That would work well with Rio or with the new type of hockey. This nigga Perry stupid. So I mean, that would be really dope though. I would like if Oda did something like that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out Z Boy. Shout out to nigga Perry. Oh man. But like because when I was looking for the thumbnail for this video, I was like, for the stream, I was like, damn, Captain Curry was because if Luffy can create more rubber and then be able to use more hands, like a Gatling would be crazy. It would be fucking crazy. Like that shit would be literally crazy. All of them shits using Rio. Like if all of Luffy's moves are using Rio now, bro, the nigga would be a problem. The nigga would be a straight problem, man. So I'm just like, yeah, Law's ability does work in the ways as no matter how much you train, they can't. Yeah, you can't make your body stronger. So that's how shambles work so well. Yeah, like so that's what I'm saying. Like if this nigga can do some shit like that, where like yeah, four-arm Gatling would be crazy. Like with all of them nigga, with all of the fists using Rio, my nigga, that's double the impact on both ends. It's crazy. It's literally crazy. I'm like, what? Yeah, I mean, Luffy would be retarded. Like if this nigga Luffy make like a fucking stand out of rubber and just have a whole like Katakuri did and just have like the little shit around his hand and just start. Oh my god, that nigga would be working you. That would be crazy. Do y'all think that do any of y'all think that we're gonna get a Nightmare Gear 4 Luffy? Stoney? Yo.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that the Gear Four, the Nightmare Luffy was just foreshadowing to like Gear Four. I don't think they're gonna do it again because don't Blackbeard crew have Morris fruit now? Because
Well,
I
they
think
got
that
Moria, but I'm saying, well, some people will speculate that Moria is gonna come to Wano, and
man, they Blackbeard about to kill that nigga, take that from give it to his homies, man. You know how Blackbeard is.
but see, I think so. Who else? Who else? If you Blackbeard and you come in and you see Luffy and them done fucked up Kaido and his forces, and you already know you taking Kaido fruit, so Kaido fruit is yours. Who fruits are
Hey,
you
hey,
taking?
hey, you see Lauder, don't you? Take that.
Okay,
Kid. Like
kid.
most of any of the mythical fucking or ancient ones, Blackbeard's like, man, I got some homies on the side. On they people's crew, they need some fruits.
I think I hope.
Marco, you know he looking for Marco. Marco better not pull up the one in Blackbeard. Like, man, you know I took your dad fruit, right? You know I need the sun
Yeah,
fruit, man.
that
I
shit
need
would
the
be
scat.
crazy. That shit would be crazy.
Blackbeard better not get a Phoenix fruit. That should be disgusting.
Oh my god! If he throw us all off and he don't get Kaido fruit and get Marco fruit,
Yeah, either one, he's a problem.
man, the nigga's a
He's a
problem
problem now.
now. Like, do
It,
y'all think
it,
we're gonna get a? Do you think we're gonna get a decay fruit?
I don't know.
So
I don't
somebody
think
be
so
like
though.
Shiggy. Somebody be like Shiggy.
I think the closest we got to that maybe would be the rust fruit because it like decays metal. So I think that's the closest Oda's gone to it so far. Because you seem to have the Zoro sword, so that'd be the only person I see that have a ability like that, or somebody that like absorbs like the licorice through shit. So smoothie is another version of that in a way. Because you can like dry people out till they're dead and dries the bone. You know what I mean?
True. Do you think
But that wouldn't be decay necessarily.
do you think matchups matter now? Do you think matchups still matter or no? Or matchups don't matter anymore?
I think it still depends on the who's fight against. Because
Like
I
if Zoro's
still
fighting the Rust nigga now, you think the Rust nigga could put?
I don't think it'll matter because I think Zoro would be weary and not let him touch his fruit, and then he'll just do like a bunch of air slashes or something, or just
Well,
do the no
yeah,
sword style that he has.
but I mean, like I'm saying, like, but I mean, you know, I mean, I'm okay, yeah, because Zoro would be on guard. But like, if they
Yeah.
weren't on guard, like if he wasn't on guard, you don't think it would work?
Do you think that
Because I'm
him
saying like, because I'm
doing
thinking
his
that Hockey
swords
will
through
probably
hockey? Do you think that
bypass
would
it.
counteract the devil fruit?
What the Hockey?
Yeah, because I think that it should be able to bypass that or at least protect his source by putting a coat of hockey on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how would
That
you
way they
feel?
won't decay or nothing like that.
How would
Okay.
you feel if Zoro got a double fruit and made his sword eat it, and he had a and he ate like a flaming Logie or some shit?
I wouldn't mind that. Because like the whole time skip, like when Frank was like on Punk not on Punkcast, but when he was like in Vegapunk's like laboratory or whatever,
Yeah.
I was hoping that he had found some research like that. Like, man, I can feed an inanimate object of fruit. Like, hey,
So
Zoro, man, what
I
sword
mean,
do you want to have it?
question: how would you feel if the Sunny ate a devil fruit?
I don't know. Has anybody fruit had their fruit before?
Anybody's ship had a devil fruit?
Yeah, because
I don't know. I don't think so. But we know that items can get a devil fruit.
yeah,
Like
but you would think that we would have seen it at least by now with 900 plus chapters.
true,
Because it
or
depends
maybe
on the
Oda
fruit,
was
though.
saving it, or maybe Oda was saving it. I don't know, but
It would. I don't know. Maybe it depends on what fruit, because it still be in the ocean no matter what. I was like,
yeah,
hmm.
because I was wondering that. I mean, that's why I asked. I was like, I wonder would the ship would it bypass it because it's a ship?
I don't think so. But then ships don't need to. You don't fucking know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it depends on the fruit. Because
that's just
once
a question. That's just like I wonder. Can Zoro actually Russ nigga with hockey would be next level? Can Zoro actually be truly the best swordsman if he uses the devil fruit to win? That's a question. That's why I asked because I don't know. I mean, like if this nigga Zoro, I mean,
it's still a
I
sword. The sword just
and
got a
that's what
little
I'm saying.
ability on it.
It's still a sword, and at the end of the day, it's not his devil fruit. It's just his sword has a devil. So that could be a loophole, but you could,
Yeah.
I mean, you could be onto something because what if Shanks's sword has a devil fruit?
Oh yeah.
Because
That could be.
because that would be like the best of both worlds, and then this fucking devil fruit could be like a fucking his sword could be like a something that flies or some shit, and that's how he got back to Marine Force so fast. I don't know. But like I feel like Shanks is gonna have like a hockey awakening type shit. So like
And I've been saying for
when
the longest, he got a hockey arm.
when I yo, I don't think you're crazy. When you say that, a lot of people probably be like, oh, you creditless. I don't think you're crazy. I think it could happen.
And if he
Because he could
wills it, he can
literally
will
will
his
if
hockey
he
to
could
form into
literally
something.
will if Conqueror's hockey is you can literally will a, a fucked up arm back there, like a phantom limb right there, and it can actually hit people, that would be next level. I'm just saying
Mm.
because
That's probably
with
why he
no
took kids on. He's like, you
now,
want to be
right?
like me, man? You have to waken up a hockey arm to come back and fight. He's like,
That
I don't
would
got
be
no more caps to give out, so I'm just gonna take your arm so you can be like me. I was like, damn,
that's,
Shank's different.
that's crazy. You talking about kid?
Yeah, he's like, I already gave Luffy a hat. I don't got nothing to give you, so I'm gonna take an arm and send your ass back out to the world.
But see, with kid though, he's not gonna miss it because he has an arm now.
Yeah,
Whenever he's not submerged in
even better
water,
arm than before.
yeah. I mean, like, do you think that he's gonna be able to like? Because I feel like if anybody that's a supernova should or have an awakened devil fruit, good point. Big Mom's sword is the devil fruit. That's the only reason she isn't the best swordsman, despite being stronger than Mihawk. Unless best swordsman is literally skilled with the sword and not the strongest with it. But that's what I think it is because I think it's skill. I think it goes to skill because I don't think we've ever truly seen a true high skilled two highly skilled swordsmen go at it.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
I
Yeah,
feel
Oda
like
isn't drawing a fight like that yet with like two swords and like going at it. I like the closest we got is like the zombie Ryuma versus Zoro in like
and that fight
damn.
was hard. That fight was
Yeah,
hard.
that
I ain't
fight
gonna
was good. But like
that fight
that's like the only good sword fight
and
that
One
I can remember
Piece.
from One Piece. And that
That
was
in
still
the
a Bart.
class,
That's I don't even I think that's like maybe 5+ years ago.
yeah. But like
Uh, because
I don't
I
know,
can't
man.
think of any more fights where two people had swords and it's just two swordsmen going at it and it was a good fight so far
Yeah, me
since that
neither.
fight.
Me neither. I can't either.
Unless it's like in like one
Well,
of the
well,
movies,
matter of
but they
fact,
don't
hold
count.
on. The Kaku and Zoro fight was before he started eating before he started using his devil fruit. That was hard.
Yeah,
That was
but
a
that
hard
was after
switch.
them. I mean, that was before Thriller Bark
Yeah, it was.
because Brooks wasn't there.
Yeah,
So
you're right. It was.
damn, I don't know. Maybe we waiting for that for a good swordsman fight because I was hoping for it for one. I've been hoping for it.
Well, I think we're gonna get it. I think we're gonna get it. I think if anything, I think the anime is really gonna shine light on the Killer versus Zoro fight. I can't wait for that fight because I want to
Yeah,
see
I don't think
like.
it's just gonna be like that one attack like in the manga. It might be
But
more
see, that's
soft
the
on it,
thing.
like
Like
how they
that's
did
my
Tiger
thing about
versus Luffy.
people. That's my thing with manga elitists. They're like, oh, the manga was different. Like my fan. It's a page. You can't like you know what I'm saying. Like fan, it's a fucking page.
Well, but sometimes I
Like
understand what they
what
mean.
are you
Like
gonna
sometimes
do?
the anime can like change the whole story. Like for like Soul Leader, the manga's completely different from the anime. It ends different too. So when they say stuff like that, I understand. But like when it's just like one panel of an attack,
I don't. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that
yeah,
because
then
it's like my
I
nigga.
see
If
why
you
you.
if it's a one panel, if they get a 2-3 panel fight and they turn that into an episode in the anime, I'm hyped. I'm hyped because that's what I think the author wanted in his manga, but you can't really show that. You know what I'm saying? Not unless you want to take away from the story, and we know Oda's not going to do that. Even if that is in itself taken away from the story, which I don't
Man,
see how he
I was
doesn't
hoping
get
for an
that.
OVA of a Reverie fight or something.
Yeah,
When that nigga said that when the Reverie got off screen, I was like, damn man, I want to see Sabo whoop somebody ass.
yeah, and I mean, and that's the thing because I feel like he can't really show us a lot of fights for the simple fact that a lot of the top tiers that we wanted to see fights, if we had a saw them fight, we would have known certain shit that we are just now getting. You know what I'm saying? So like, we had a saw Kizaru versus fucking Akainu, we would have known about the future sight. We would have known about the Rio, and then we would have been looking at Luffy like, my nigga. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, fam, you weak as fuck. Even after the time skip. So I feel like
Man,
that's
that fight,
why he
man,
did it
I
that
need
way.
that because when he said it was 10 days, I need to see that.
Yeah. So I mean, I
I
think I
said at
think that
least.
I think that we will in like get some fights, but I don't know. I'm not gonna hold my breath for it.
I see Alkeja had that flashback when he lost that leg. That's all I need to see in one of his fights.
Yeah, I mean, like he could do it in a flashback. I wouldn't even be mad at that.
It's like, yeah, that nigga, I kind of knew he whooped my ass, took my leg, but I scarred
But
that
see, I
bitch
would.
back.
But see, I think. But I have a theory about that too, though. I don't think that Aokiji actually lost. I think Aokiji won, and then was like, "I'm gonna go undercover
On
for
Blackbeard.
for Blackbeard," and I feel like he's the admiral that is for. I feel like he's the leader of Sword. I feel like he's the admiral of Sword. And then you got the people, the trainers, which is Garp and Sengoku, and then everybody else will be falling under it. Because I mean, if you think
Yeah, because
about it,
isn't him, Alkeja, and Drake, aren't they real cool?
yeah.
And
Because wouldn't
Komander?
he be like? Because wouldn't you would think he'd be the sword admiral? You know what I mean? Because of sword, you would think that he would be the sword admiral.
I wouldn't mind that
I
being the
think I
case.
have a homie who
But
wouldn't
then if
mind
Blackbeard found out
seeing
that
him
that
fight the
nigga
sword
dead.
of Lemon pepper. This nigga Z boy truly black. I bet. I need his name though. But go ahead, Stoney. What would you think about what I was saying?
No, that's all I was saying.
What?
I just wanted to see what happens like if Blackbeard finds out that he was sneaking this whole time. Like Blackbeard need to take that fruit, man. He's making
I
it
don't think. I
cholesterol.
don't
He
think.
needs
I don't think. I
Tylenol.
don't think Blackbeard could though.
You don't think him
Well,
and all his homies could?
I mean, well, all his homies,
You know
but I
they're
don't
about
think. I don't.
Jeffrey
I don't
people,
think
man.
Blackbeard can fuck with Kizaru right now, at least. I don't think he has enough time with that. With the devil
I think
fruits
he had
yet.
enough time with the dark fruit and the fucking quick fruit to
If
some
anything,
degree
I
by
would say
now.
that. If anything, I would say he has enough time with the dark fruit. I don't think he had enough
Yeah,
time with the
because like
quake
even
fruit.
with the quake fruit, you think about it, he was like a child on Whitebeard's crew, and he's watching with this fruit his damn near his whole life.
I think he can. I think he. I think he has the imitation down, like the poses and shit. I think he
Yeah,
has that down, but I don't think he has the. Because
because like isn't it
I
even
feel
like
like
a devil fruit
I feel
book that
like
like
which call it
summarizes shit in
awakened
that
his
world?
devil fruit because that would be the only way that I feel like him and Akainu could have went 1-on-1 all full power. Because if devil, I mean, if Whitebeard's devil fruit, if his awakening was that everything around him is literally in a perpetual state of being in an earthquake, I don't think he can use that with all his homies right there. The same way
The
Aokiji and
black
them
Whitebeard
wasn't
was.
able to turn it, yeah, wasn't able to turn everything into ice and lava. So I just think that because Witchclaw takes double the damage, that Kizaru will be able to freeze him before but then he has the quake. So that kind of does negate it.
And he just shakes the ice when it gets to him. Or like he can just like keep having his body like he'll look like he's saying still, but he'll be just shaking so fast that he won't be getting frozen. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
generating that much heat for shaking that much in one space, they could probably counteract him getting touched and turn the ice fast.
true. But I only say that because we know with the darkness true he takes double the damage. So if he takes double the
Yeah.
damage, then he wouldn't be able to really react like that. You feel me?
Yeah, but
But
I don't think Blackbeard is slow. You seen what happened to Shanks, man. That scar still stings to this day.
yeah, and I mean I feel like Oda just wrote that in there to make
And that was
us
Blackbeard
have
without a
fear
fruit.
for Blackbeard. But like because until I
He
read
was
that,
right.
I was like, yeah, because until I read that, I was just like, oh, Blackbeard, his design was trash to me. I still don't really like his
Yeah, I agree.
design, but I feel like he too fat. And I mean, I'm big, I'm not skinny, but like I feel like he too fat to be like the main villain. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I'm sizest, whatever.
But do you feel the same way about Big Mom?
Nah, because Big Mom had like 80 something kids, so it's just like I expect. You know what I'm saying? Like you expect that shit. You feel me? You can't get that.
Fair enough.
You can't blow up in there and deflate.
She should have. Yeah, she had the Albedo fruit. That would have been a problem.
Yeah, yeah. Blackbeard is I think the physically weakest young though. That's why I don't think he could beat Kizaru because I think Kizaru actually won and then headcanon as fuck. I don't care, but I think Kizaru won and then was like, we're gonna pretend that I lost. You're gonna take the fleet admiral position, and I'm gonna go under Blackbeard and gain intel. And that probably could have
Yeah,
been
yeah, we
and that
need
could have
that
been
fucking
how
flashback.
Storm was
Yeah, if
formed.
that's the case. He's like, I know I whooped your ass, but you're gonna be in charge and you ain't gonna bitch about it. I'm gonna go undercover. You better not say a damn thing about it.
Yeah,
Like you lucky
I
on
mean,
Key right now. Oh damn, oh Key's that nigga, man.
I feel like that. I feel like that makes more sense because I mean I don't know. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I kind of don't like he just let somebody live after. It's like, nah, nigga, you went against me, but nah, maybe since they boys, he didn't want to kill him.
Yeah, because it just don't.
Like,
It's
hey
just like
man, you might have to go on a mission. We homies.
we talking about somebody who was ready to kill Kobe because he was like, "What are we doing? We already won. Why are we
Yeah,
still
yeah,
fighting?"
that's right, man.
And you didn't want to,
Yeah,
and you
that's right.
didn't want to
But
end the nigga
maybe
who has all of the
he cares for me
secrets.
more than Kobe because like Kobe's new.
Exactly. So if anybody deserved for you to kill, it would be the nigga that's damn near close to you in power.
Yeah, that's true. They might have just had to let each other live. I'll let you live today.
So I mean, and I feel
Yeah,
like,
I just remember he was about to fuck Kobe up. Kobe better be thankful for Shanks.
yeah,
That
yeah. Shanks saved a many niggas' asses in that war. I swear. I
it's
swear.
cool too how he casually like
Cause my
Black
nigga,
I
if
think he
I
was first.
kind
I
knew
was
how
like,
to just said fuck it and just was like awaken devil fruit powers, everybody dead. Like who surviving? Who surviving molten lava?
Mihawk.
Ugh.
I don't know, maybe coma.
I mean, Kuma could
Kuma
just
he just go kill
disappear.
himself somewhere.
Kuma just gonna teleport. I feel you. If I was Kuma,
Right.
I'd be I'd just disappear and just start charging the Kamehameha with the word with the air. And as soon as a nigga get
Man,
on my
I feel
island,
so
big
bad for
bow,
Kuma,
nigga.
man. Kuma had such a dope fruit. He was so cool, but now he's just a sword sheep and a fucking horse. That shit was devastating when I seen that panel. I was like, come on, nah. I was like, he helped the Straw Hats and everything. This, I'm like, damn. I was like, he should never sign that contract with Vegapunk, man. You can't get
But
out of those deals.
I feel like the one of the generals for the what's called the army. Cause my niggas
The
sleep
Revolutionary.
on the Revolutionary Army commanders, bro. But the girl with the cheer fruit, my nigga, if you put a whole bunch of strong ass niggas with devil fruits and hockey, and she just cheers and pumps them niggas up, bro. Imagine having the
Man,
alliance that
she
we
gonna be
have
the first one in the war that you'll take out, man.
now. Just
That'd be
if
the
she
first
was
one I
there
name,
right
man. I'm like,
now and
hey,
was just pumping everybody up the entire time, bro, the niggas would destroy Kaido forces.
I like that one. I like the dude that has the technology. The what's that nigga name? The
The mink
Mink.
nigga.
Yeah,
I feel like he
the one with
has
the
a.
gadgets. He's cool.
I feel like he has a backup file of Kuma.
He's better.
His name
Memory card,
crazy.
man. Fucking Colosso. Yeah, with the bird. Or whatever fruit. That
I'm
dude's
just gonna
dope.
put the link in the chat.
I don't know about the low light. He cool. His fruit's cool.
It's right there, Z boy. So you can just send it to him. Not let him in. What was you saying? I'm bad.
I said Colosso. That dude's cool. And
I think he
the
has the
low light.
murder no
He's
move.
cool
I think he has the
because
murder
Flag
move.
of Crows.
Yeah, because that's what a flock of crows is, a murder. Because I think he's literally a flock of fucking crows. That is so hard. If Oda does that, that is so fucking hard.
I'm trying to see what other applications is. Because do you think it'd be like a mythical or ancient type of zone,
I think it would be a
or do you think
mythical.
it's just like a regular zone?
I think it's I don't know. I think it's a different type of zone. Like I
Because
think
I don't
it's a
know what type of crows or whatever in mythology that just forms together. But even like Itachi, I don't know. Maybe it might be a
well. I mean, I was saying the tactical
story about an
applications could be
individual
like
turning into
Itachi.
crows.
Like he send out his crows and they can attack you and shit. That'd be hard.
Yeah, that and I'm pretty sure don't the revolutionaries spend they use him for he the mailman in Central
Yeah,
City.
yeah. So he could basically be anywhere at any point type shit. It's hard.
Yeah, now that I think that another character that's low key cool. I like Big News.
Big news.
Big news. He that nigga cool.
Oh, that
Yeah,
nigga
when
is
he beat
funny.
up those CP0 niggas, man. he knocked them up in those lumps. I was like, damn. I was like, big news with the hands, man.
Yo, that was funny. That was funny. What's up, Category fan?
Hey, what's up?
How's it going, man?
No, no, nothing much. Nothing much. We just was talking about potential double fruits and fights that we wanted to see.
Oh yeah, fights we want to see.
Wait, what
Well,
do you think? What do you think is gonna happen next chapter? I mean, where's your predictions? Where do you think we open up?
difficult to say, but I would hope that it's not just a wreck and that it actually ends up being a fight between Kid and Apu. If even if it is, one-sided for the most part, I'd at least like to see something more than just one attack and that's it.
Yeah.
As opposed to
I want to
whatever.
imagine Apu get out trash talk.
But see, what I want to see, well, I mean, not to cut you guys off, but what I was thinking, because I want Apu to get one shot simply so it builds up Kid.
I can see that
So
argument.
it basically makes it so that Luffy and Kid are on the same power, like to be able to actually damage Kaido. Because I feel like if Luffy had a gear 30 Apu with the Rio shit, I feel like he's done. I feel like he's one shot.
I'm gonna say
So that is what I was thinking. You guys can react.
I'm gonna say something controversial. I would actually like to see Kid be stronger than Luffy as of right now, making it so that Luffy first of all, I think it's kind of ridiculous for Luffy to be the strongest supernova right now. So having
Why is that?
somebody to serve as a noteworthy rival for him to try to surpass.
That he's not the only one.
Huh?
Mhm.
I feel like that he's just not the only one that's upstart or newcomer
Exactly.
at the power level.
Because I mean, personally,
I agree with that.
if it was up to me, I'd at least have Kid and Drake be above Luffy for right now, but I know that's probably not going to happen. Just because, if it makes it more interesting. It makes it more interesting knowing that Luffy's going to have to push harder as opposed to just, speeding past
Knowing
everyone.
that he's the strongest one of them all.
Well, I mean, my thing to combat what you guys are saying is
I
this,
would
right?
like that more people are strong like that.
I get what y'all saying, but like, who has done the shit that Luffy has done? Like
That's
in the past, like since
But
the
we can't
end
say
of the
that
time
because we
skip,
don't
right?
focus on their story like how Luffy is. We focus on
Well,
Luffy more
no,
than the other
I'm
generation
not.
members.
You're not wrong. What I'm simply saying is,
They can have
who
beef
has
like
went up
that too, though.
against the likes of Doflamingo and then went up against the Big Mom, and then like, okay, cool. If that's what you guys are saying, right? Just to play devil's advocate, we just saw Luffy train to get Rio. We just saw this nigga heavy ass fight with Katakuri.
Mhm.
I feel like if Drake and Apu, I mean, I feel like if Drake and what's his name are stronger than him, that takes away from all of those fights. I mean, like
Mm.
you got to think about
Kid.
the fact
He's
that
getting his ass whooped by then all three Yako crews.
you know what
He
I'm
got
saying?
folded back.
Because like
Pancakes
if that,
arm. He fought Snacks, right? Or
yeah,
Kid fought somebody on Big Mom's crew, right? And then he went to Kaido. Kaido boys whipped his ass. Queen probably whipped his ass. I mean, he's been getting bumps and bruises, man. I'm pretty
so
sure his hockey keeps going up. Just like how Luffy is and keep in those situations. I think Kid's doing it too. We just don't get to see it. We just get to hear about it.
well, no, I'm only saying, could you see how that could infuriate the other side of the fan base?
I could, but
But then they get mad and say they don't want to focus on all these kids out this. I don't know. I feel like if they did get their still complain about either way.
I mean, well, that's One Piece fans. You can't please them, no matter how hard you try. You can't please them.
that kind of reminds me of something. well, that reminds me of something that brings something up. Is it just me, or does it feel like back in the day, talking about the early 2000s, late 90s, we didn't really have this kind of what's the word I'm searching for? Not I don't want to use the disrespectful term biased fanboys because that sounds very insulting, but I
No,
feel
you can use that in this. Hey, we keep it real over here. So
okay.
if that's how you feel, say how you feel. Don't sugarcoat it.
You know,
Speak your truth.
I'm a Luffy fan, 100%, but part of what I want to see out of my favorite characters is them struggling and not just getting one shot
Absolutely.
by one of the top tiers. I mean, okay, no duh, he's going to get one shot by Kaido, but I need to see that happen with more than just the Yonko. I need to see that happen with more than just potentially admirals right
And what
now.
about Katakuri? People say Katakuri gave him a hell of a fight.
Oh, he absolutely did.
I mean, even down the snack.
That's true. Now
I mean,
addressing,
Cracker. I'm sorry.
now addressing what you'd said about Kid and Drake and anybody else who could theoretically be on his level right now, you make a very good point, and I agree. But it's also true that Luffy gets stronger by fighting.
Yeah.
And is it not possible that the other two just trained their asses off? And who knows? For all we know, Kid might have already started scratching the surface of hockey on his own and could have potentially. I mean, the simple fact that Kaido states, about Kid being a conqueror tells you that Kid can at least use it. So he must have either taught himself, which is most likely the case, or found someone else to teach him, which I think would be very unlikely.
You
It
don't think
seems
it could be a third? You don't think it could be a third option, where like Luffy pre-time skipping Ace, they have it, they have the ability to use it, but they can't control it.
I love that.
So, so you don't think that like I mean, because I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I'm just trying to get both sides of the aisles, thoughts out because, like I said,
I like that idea. I would be all for Oda eventually revealing that the reason why Luffy was getting stronger after every fight was because subconsciously his hockey was starting to awaken earlier on in the series. Now, I know some people might
like
potentially call
Kenpachi,
that
like on some Kenpachi shit.
something like that. Maybe. Not the same extent, but more similar to maybe how Ichigo was actually. I'm sorry, Ichigo's a bad example. What am I talking about? Like whenever he has those moments where he makes a fiery declaration, I could see Oda, having some character. I don't know who it would be. Maybe it would be Crocodile, who might even say, your hockey was slowly but surely in very small increments, just coming out a little bit, and saying that that's the reason why he beat Crocodile. That might soften the blow.
One could say that Blackbeard already did that.
True. That is a very fair argument, or a very fair thought
Because
process.
before we even know what hockey was, they said that your hockey's getting stronger.
That is true. I mean, and
So
the whole.
I mean, I'm like I said, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Oh yeah. And I do that myself as well. I just maybe it's just because of the series that I've liked throughout the entirety of my being an anime fan. I've always found the ones that I like the most be where the main character is pretty much constantly challenged. And doesn't just take his licks, but gets pretty severely beat. And that does happen to Luffy, but not to the extent that
It does the over. But see, I think your issue is that with other anime such as like Naruto and like Yu Yu Hakusho,
yeah,
when the mistakes happened, you felt them.
yeah,
You felt the stakes.
oh yeah,
Even when they were throwing around fucking bijou damas and shit,
yep,
you still felt the stakes.
that
With
is
One
true.
Piece, you don't feel the stakes.
No, you don't. Well,
You feel the emotion behind the stakes, but you don't feel the stakes. It's two different things.
that's true. And I think for me, it's not just a matter of winning the physical fight. Or losing the physical fight. It's losing the mental fight. I
agree.
Because
Because like it's realistic when your main character's thoughts and ideologies get challenged. That's why I love Pain, because Pain had a whole like counter to what you're saying is so naive.
Oh, exactly. And the only time I feel we got that with Luffy was Marineford Port when he's
But
just.
then that was immediately shrugged off as a joke, and I feel like that's what Oda fucks up.
And I understand that Oda wouldn't want Luffy to start becoming one of these annoying criers who just breaks down all the time. But it would be nice if when Tama was talking to Luffy, he wasn't just like, he's dead. I know he didn't literally say, he's dead, but kind of felt similar to that.
But that's how it felt.
Yeah.
But that's how it felt. As somebody who got spoiled on Ace dying, that's how it felt.
Yeah. You'd want Luffy to at least, grit his teeth a little bit and say, yeah.
You've never heard Luffy challenge himself.
Right.
Luffy has challenged himself one time, and the difference is with Naruto, when Jiraiya died, Naruto, you felt it on his face. You felt it in his actions.
Oh yeah.
You felt
when
it.
he was on that bench eating that popsicle, man, that shit made me feel.
And he couldn't even eat the popsicle.
That shit made me
and how serious that Naruto became afterwards.
Yes.
Going forward after that, Naruto had more of a commanding presence. Yeah, he was still goofy, but he still commanded that presence and that respect. And that's what we don't get from Luffy. Luffy is just jokes.
See, that's what I said.
And straight.
That's what I said to a lot of people who try to argue, well, you just wanted to not be a character or not be the same character anymore. And my response to that is always,
you can still be the same character. That's asking to say that. You can still be a goofy character, still be serious at the same time.
Yeah.
Even Asta and Black Clover is exactly like that. It's many points throughout the series where you show him conveying and being mature about it. He still acts goofy throughout the show too.
Yeah.
And seeing him learn life lessons throughout the experiences he go through throughout the manga.
Yeah.
Y'all see what Z-Boy said?
That's what I was about to say.
The screen.
I think you just mentioned Goku. That is, to me, the perfect example of how Luffy should be. Not literally like Goku, but comparable in the sense that when you look at Kid Goku and then you look at him when he's a teen at the end of Dragon Ball, and then in the Z part, he's older. He's still goofy, but he's more serious. That's what Luffy needs to go through. He needs to go through the Goku transformation in a sense. Not literally.
Even Goku, he's still silly and super, but he can still be serious too.
Exactly.
And Goku knows when to turn it on and off.
Exactly, and Goku even learned
that's the problem
from his mistakes. I completely I don't actually remember this bit with Vivi. It's been such a long time since I've seen Alabasta, but I do remember Luffy having these words of wisdom where it feels like he doesn't have that anymore. I feel like he was a really wise character in part 1. And he maybe has that once or twice here, like in Fishman Island when he's. Oh, wait, would that be wisdom?
But see, but my problem with what Z-Boy said is, that wasn't him having his ideology changed,
right?
Challenged. That was him challenging Vivi's ideology.
Right.
So that's different, Zebo. That's not what we're talking about. Right. We're talking about a moment where that character had to have introspection. Am I doing this the right way? Because as a human, we all have those moments. Am I doing this the right way? Am I not? Am I fucking up? Am I right? We all do that every time. But with Luffy, we've never seen Luffy have any inner dialogue. Luffy always says it. He's never thinking. You don't get a panel with Luffy just thinking something, and we see what he's thinking.
That is true.
Never get that.
And the funny thing is, well, not the funny thing, but not the. I'm gonna drop what I was about to say because I think I already said it. What was I gonna say? Even if it was as simple as Luffy saying, you know what? Great example, Marineford. When Crocodile goes to attack Whitebeard, Luffy somehow got his hands wet or something and blocks the attack. And Crocodile's response is he says he knows how to fight me. We need, even though Luffy didn't say something like, I remember from our last encounter, that's why I did this, we need that with Kaido, where he at least, shows that he's not going to make the same exact mistake,
Well, I think that's why we have the Rio or whatever, but
right.
I mean, I'm just saying we don't get that with Luffy. Like Rand said, we don't get that with Luffy. And I feel like that's what hinders Luffy's character.
I mean, I guess you could argue it's because he's 19, but he's still overall.
I don't want to hear that because Naruto at the end of Naruto was fucking 16. At the end of the war, he was 16. I don't want to hear that. He was younger than Luffy. He was younger than Luffy when they started the journey. He was younger than Luffy.
That's true.
So I don't. That doesn't even equate.
That's true. I mean, I won't.
And Luffy just doesn't learn. Like, period. That nigga just does whatever he wants to do when he wants to do it.
Yeah, and using the argument of, well, I've been told that Oda does that intentionally so that he won't change too much because he wants him to remain the same person, yada, yada, yada. Here's the thing.
But in life, nobody changes. Nobody stays the same, same. Nobody
exactly. Does. I mean, I would argue that Naruto kind of stays the exact same mostly, but that's different.
Not in his core. Not in his core, because if he did, he wouldn't have been able to fight Sasuke and reason with him and understand his pain.
That's true.
Because after losing Jiraiya, he felt a sliver of his pain, and then he talked to Sasuke, and he didn't talk to Sasuke when after the 5 Kage summit. He didn't say, "Oh, I know I'm stronger than him. I could have beaten him." No, because he knew his hatred was going to make him stronger. Naruto wises up. I mean, when Sakura tried that bullshit, "I love you." Mm-hmm. No, you don't. You love Sasuke.
Yeah. He coddles just so he's like, "Stop capping, bitch."
That's true.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No. So if that was pre-time skip Naruto, he would have fell for that shit hook, line, and sinker. But after losing Jiraiya, after finding out what his mom and his dad did for him, he changed. Was he still the same knucklehead? Yeah, he was still the same knucklehead, but at the same time, he still grew. We still saw growth.
I knew he was still the same Naruto when he did the section jutsu on Kaguya throughout the war, and that shit made me laugh. I was like, "Oh, that shit's funny."
Oh man, Kaguya.
He's still the same old fool.
Man, I'll say this. I don't think Luffy. I mean, despite the fact that he should be changing already, I don't think we can expect a change from him unless someone else dies. But
even then, I can argue. Even then, I don't think we'll see him change.
We probably won't. But
I feel like if somebody else dies, he would probably be just then double down.
Oda might hear the frustration and say, "Okay, yeah, I messed up. I can't fix what's happened in the past, but I can make him start learning now, even though it's too little, too late.
It's too late though. Now it's too late though. If he doesn't after this arc, after Tama, and I'm one of the only people that actually enjoys the Tama thing. If after Tama he doesn't learn, and then he still hasn't learned, because if he did learn, he wouldn't have did the shit, and he wouldn't have hit him.
Yeah,
he would have just conquered hockey. That those specific people, it would just look like they passed out drunk, and he would have kept walking.
He had to do that. He could just stuck with the plan.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying,
I'm pretty sure he started doing the same thing with the plan. That's just how that it is. They make a plan. Yeah. You don't have to follow it. That's how Luke. It's like you can say that I have to do that, but it might not happen your way. If they piss me off, it's on jump. It's on sight. I was like, Luffy different.
I mean, Luffy different. I fuck with the fact that he's just so willing to jump into the fray like that, but at the same time, man, you gotta.
Most times I be wanting him to wait.
Yeah, one of my favorite characters.
See, like how the plan would go through, but then I was like, damn, I do want to see him fight too. So I be conflicted sometimes. Like, damn.
That's one of my favorite Straw Hats, because like aesthetically is Zoro, but like character speaking is Sanji, because Sanji's a simp or whatever, we troll him for that. Okay, cool, whatever. But like when my nigga, if it weren't for Sanji, Zoro, Luffy, all of them niggas would have died without Mr. Prince in Alaska, which was then foreshadowing to the fact that he was a prince in real life. But okay.
See, I think Oda's biggest weak point is characterization, development.
And then once you guys finish up your points, gotta get back to this. Well, go ahead, category. You guys want to make sure everybody just we be wrapping it up soon.
Oh, okay. I think the biggest problem Oda has is with writing characters. I think he can give good backstories and reasons for why characters do what they do, but where he falls flat from where I see things is in terms of actual development that sticks and progresses.
Are you talking about a part that you like when you talk about romantic dress Rosa like with Usopp, like running away from Robin and shit when Sugar like got her? That pissed me off, but I was like, damn, that's just Usopp. That's he. But then I was like, man, he's supposed to be brave now. But then I was like,
exactly, not even brave, but like you scared to go up against a little girl, bro. You scared to go up against a little ass girl.
But I was getting mad.
Usopp, you had the easiest fight, my nigga. You scared to go up against Sugar? Bro, you a sniper. If you ain't just wait for her to be eating shits and that shit in her mouth, like, you know what I mean? Like, what? Like, come on, man.
Because I thought he was different. Like, remember when it was walking up on Fishman Island? You see how Usopp was walking up? Like he was about that?
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit, this new Usopp, that nigga. But then a few arcs later, he started the skin run away. It's like, come on, dog.
No, yo, when he did the gag like 3-4 chapters ago, I was like, all right, come on.
I could probably answer the question I never actually answered. You were asking me about my matchups. Sorry about that. Just before So most of these are probably going to be, all of these are probably going to be, no duh. But Sanji versus Queen has to happen in my opinion. And I don't want no team up. I want a solo.
What about for the poison? Because I think Chopper would have to counteract the poison if Queen's like using like other people other than Sanji.
Who?
But see, I feel like Sanji's too fast and can be invisible. Sanji's too fast and can be invisible, so I don't think that matters. Plus, he won't have a race.
No, I'm not talking about if he's attacking him. I'm talking about like I'm not talking about Sanji. I'm talking about like people around Sanji, like in the middle fights, like collateral damage.
Oh, so like him having to go out of his way.
My nigga Z-Boy just said, comment on the stream.
Man, that's cold. But he's not
comment on the stream is by Z-Boy. Like, nigga, how you fight Luffy?
So I would like it to be Queen because I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. Sanji needs a commander fight. Sanji needs a commander fight.
I agree.
Zoro needs a
I
commander
agree.
fight. They need
I
it
agree.
solo. Because if Luffy could get 2 fights, and yes, I know technically Cracker was him and Nami going up against them, but most of that work was Luffy was putting it in. Those two need the same treatment this arc. Maybe not exactly, but pretty close to it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think they both need a fight that's gonna push him. Because Luffy seems like he's the only one that's gonna get fights to push him like that. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Sanji, I don't know if you want to count what happened to him and Judge instead of getting pushed. He
I'm
kind
gonna
of
let
let that
y'all know
happen. But Zoro, he's been coasting it for a while.
neither Sanji nor Zoro have used full power since post time skip.
absolutely
Neither
agree.
one of them.
Absolutely
Because
agree.
we have not seen this nigga Sanji use a damn Deathwing. And this nigga gonna be so damn fast, and he's invisible now, so he can be pulling off Deathwings like that. And I mean, majority, I feel like the only reason he wouldn't use it, and he hasn't used it, because he hasn't needed to. I feel like the only reason Sanji would ever use that
Yeah,
is if
I'm
he
glad you agree with me, Fang.
I want to
That
see.
nigga has to have.
I want to see flame-based Rankyok, the ranged kick. I want to see him kicking blades of flames at people. That's what I want to see.
That's disgusting.
And maybe a fire-based Hell Wink. When he's in Hell's Memories, just go bink.
Oh, that'd be that'd be cool too.
I think that Sanji would be. I think that Sanji would do, instead of like a Hell's Wink, it would be more like a hurricane, because Sanji would be winking while blitzing you at all types of zipping around you and shit, and hit you from all different angles.
It'd kind of be similar to what
Because you're invisible.
It'd kind of be similar to what this 4 Gogeta did when he didn't blink, but he glanced at Omega Shenron and blew him back. We could have a moment like that with Sanji where he looks at a pacifist and he blows it back just by looking at it.
Yeah,
Not hockey. Not hockey. Just,
or then he could be like Stealth Wink, and instead of it being like Death Wink, he'd be like Stealth Wink. That'd be hard. Stealth Wink, especially since he's got the stealth suit. That'd be hard. That would be fire.
Oda needs to be watching his strength so he can have ideas for moves.
and the last thing I want to say about Sanji, he needs more than just a raid suit. More needs to get stronger. He can't just be like.
I think like imagine this nigga with his raid suit, Super Saiyan, Hell's Memories raid suit. Oh my god.
Maybe like a concentrated blast coming out of his foot.
Yeah, because remember, I think that he might get a coat.
He might get a what?
Verse on the suit, like maybe like in the chest on the belt buckle, like the cola verse, like the Sunny does the cannon. I think he might get a miniature version of that, because remember Frankie Usopp is going to work on the suit.
I don't want
the customizer. So I can see shit like that happening.
I don't want Sanji to become the Tony Stark. I want him to be more than the Tony Stark who just uses a suit.
He's not Tony Stark just because his base was shitting on the German. All of his brothers, they literally had to.
I think every time they have to tell a suit like when it's somebody that shoots that nigga.
Yeah, he needs hockey boosts.
Yo, I'm trying to tell if this nigga, the stealth black motherfucker, man, I'm trying to tell you, stealth black with the fucking invisible doing like fire, Hell's Memory, Death Winks and shit, just zipping around every goddamn place, you know what I'm saying?
That
With
some
Mexican
boots,
like, shit.
Like how they had steel toe boots, but just like have a Stone version of that, since Usopp's good with crafting, learns how to craft it now. And Frankie.
Not bad.
That would be.
Sorry, curse some niggas with some fucking sea stone. I was like, ugh. Sorry, I'm a Logan. I don't care. I got hockey and sea stone.
Yeah, I got sea stone shoes, nigga.
Oh, trust me. I'd write the freaking story for him.
Hey, last question I want to ask you guys, and then I'm out, and we're gonna be out. Do you guys think that that Usopp should be able to feed his slingshot a devil fruit to like increase his DC basically?
Should he or will he?
I mean both.
Asking here. Both. Well, personally, while I could see that, I would be more on board with him creating new pop grains by basically crossing the species, and that being his way of gaining new pop grain based attacks. You know, but would I be opposed to him feeding it a devil fruit? No, absolutely not. I'd be perfectly fine with that. I mean, it would depend on the fruit, but yeah, I'd be down for that. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like, which fruit is it first? Before I co-sign it, I was like, yeah.
But what?
I mean, think of a fruit. If you say yes, think of a fruit. Give it to him. If not, then it's no.
Would it be a
Now, I
zone?
was thinking about which fruit would it be? Yeah, like would the slingshot be a zone, or would it have some paramecia?
Okay. What if he get? What if it's a okay? I'll give me a paramecia and a zone.
Okay. Well, it would probably have to be one we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of one, just a random one.
What's that? What's the
We
random
haven't
one?
seen a lot of bug ones.
That would be heck a callback to what was it? Was it Heracles or Hercules? I can't remember the guy's exact.
Oh, yeah, I think it was like Heracles, the
Maybe a-
beetle, right?
Maybe a beetle. Maybe a beetle going for it. Maybe a beetle down for it. That'd be pretty cool. Like a giant.
Something that would give him like because his weapon's a Kabuto. Nigga, why is you saying good? I was trying to see my guy. Niggas always be rubbernecking, y'all. Damn.
Yeah.
That's how I do.
Nigga, you the one standing in the back like Jason and shit. Fuck it, nigga, I saw you. What do you mean? What are you talking about? These niggas are nut, man. On that note, guys, I think we're gonna wrap up this stream. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. And shout out to Stoney, shout out to Category Fan, shout out to everybody that's been in the stream.
Thanks for letting me be part of it, mates.
Pleasure.
I was just in for YouTube.